we had a auto parts dealer in the state of North Carolina, one of the largest one, wanted us to go down to Florida, New Orleans, Georgia, and Texas to work about 1,500 auto parts places to see if people were stealing or not, internal theft, by going in, making purchases to see if they wrote up the tickets and ring it up or not, follow the delivery people and things like that, which we did. It took us about 3 months to do all of those stores, and we ended up having about 16, 17 people embezzling money, selling stuff out of the back door, delivery guys loading up stuff on the truck, we meeting them up the street, buying the stuff, photographed it, filmed all of it. Actually, in one parking lot, I put an investigator in the trunk of a car. The guy pulled up, is selling us some auto parts off the back of his truck, got an investigator in the trunk with it raised up just enough so he could film everything. He filmed me and the guy exchanging money, exchanging parts, went back to the client and was able to show him the detailed reports and the film of the people, a lot of the people selling us merchandise like this. And we was able to save him a tremendous amount of money by catching all these individual people. And you'd be surprised, Jeff, that you go in a restaurant, you sit down in the restaurant, the lady brings you your ticket. If you got the right amount of money, take the money, lay it on the table, walk out, have somebody sitting across the aisle from you there, see if she rings it up or not, or will she come by, take the ticket, throw it in the trash, and keep the money. You'd be surprised how many people do that. So if you're working in a restaurant, we check the food costs, labor costs, and paper costs. We're able to determine in a restaurant if somebody's stealing or not. And you're amazing how many times you'll do that and the person will stick it in the pocket and the restaurant owner never keeps up and goes back and checks all the receipts that match up to receipts such as that way. You know, so there's a lot of people out there in internal theft, people stealing all the time.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yep.
You'd never think so.
No, I agree with you. I've got one firm, it's a company that has 22 locations. When he hires them, he tells them, they're delivery people. He tells them, now I've got an investigator on our payroll. He's been on our payroll for since 1977. He worked for my father, he's worked for me, now he's working for my son. Now I want you to know, he will be following you, he will buy stuff off the truck. As long as you write up a ticket, we don't have a problem with that. If you don't write a ticket, you're a violation of company policy, and if you steal the money from the not writing up the ticket, we're going to prosecute you. Now you would think after all that spiel and signing all the documents, knowing that, we would never have a chance. From 1977 up until now, we've always ended up catching at least two to three people on the counter or a truck driver in this corporation. It's always amazed me that the owner and the vice president and the lawyer sits down with them and tells them all of this. But we still catch people every year that goes by. It's just like that. It goes in one ear and right out the other ear.
So every year, 2 to 3 people?
We got 2 people caught right now. And we've been working for the family since, that's the longest company I've worked for in my entire career. I started with the father in '77. I worked for him until he got sick. When he got real sick, he called me down. He introduced me to the son. His father told the son, this man works for me. The son looked at him and said, well, Daddy, I've never seen him. I've never seen a paycheck. Trust me, you won't ever see him. You won't ever see a paycheck. We pay him in a certain way. But when you do see him, listen to him, because he's our investigator and he'll tell you what's going on in the company without you knowing it. So then I worked for the son. A year ago, I was called back to this location to be introduced to his son. And from that day on, now I'm working for the 3rd generation of this company. And we've got a very close working relationship. We still do the same thing as we did from 1977 to 2010. You know, so, but in 77 years, I mean, it's in 1977 to now, we've investigated pig farms, where we'd go down and talk to people that we have a small pig farm and we need some of these Yorkshire pigs, which are very thoroughbred pigs, like racehorses, and we want to breed them. And the sow would have so many babies, and he would steal 2 of them, tell the owner they died, and he'd call us, and we'd go down late at night at midnight, pick up these 2 pigs and pay him a couple of $100 a piece, meet the owner the next day, give him the pigs back. We played out to be turkey farmers down in Goldsboro, where we'd have to go down at Thanksgiving and buy turkeys and see if the man would turn the money in for the turkeys. We've done some of everything from '77 to now. It's amazing what we have done.